Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me on this particular video. So by the time this video goes out, because I'm filming it a little bit early, kids will be back at school, team members will have been and gone on holiday, their tans will be fading and everybody will be settling back into some sort of routine. But what I want you to do is to just take a beat whilst I share with you 5 of my tips to help you reboot your social media marketing. So these are 5 ways that I use regularly in order to ensure that your energies, your focus really pay off for the rest of the year, because this is really going to help you to set up between September and December. Now I tend to work on 3 monthly kind of blocks. It's just how my brain works and that's how I like to do things. So whether it's 3 months or 4 months, these 5 tips are really going to help you to reboot your social media marketing. So let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to review. So before you start to think about scheduling any content for September to the end of the year, I want you to review what you've already done. Yeah? So look back over the last 2 or 3 months worth of social media posts, and I want you to start noticing patterns. So what type of posts have worked, what haven't? So videos, photos, links. Links, by the way, probably won't have worked as well, because no social media channel likes you to stick a link in. Anything that lets you sort of like leave their channel. So just an FYI quickly. So just, yes, note down patterns that that you've got throughout your social media posts, because that will be important in order to therefore produce more of the good stuff and tweak or leave out some of the stuff that hasn't really engaged or connected with your audience. Because remember, at the end of the day, it is about your audience, your customer base, your clients, not so much you. So this leads me on to my second point, which is to measure success. So ask yourself, how well have your social media posts over the last 3 months done in terms of helping you achieve your business goals? How well have they helped you? Have they helped you a lot or not a lot? If you're not connecting your social media content and strategy and plan with your business goals, well, there's kind of probably no point you actually running your social media account for your business. The two have got to work very closely together in order to, because that's the whole point. You've got these business goals that you've set for yourself, and all of your marketing, so social media included, should be helping you to achieve those goals. If not, your energies are just wasted and you're just producing stuff for stuff's sake, whereas you don't want that to happen. So work smartly and connect your themes, your content ideas, the timing for certain posts, etc. Get those in sync with your business goals. Which leads me on to my third point, which is goal setting. So ask yourself these questions. What is business critical for you between September and November, December? So have you got a new product? Have you got a new service? Are you launching a new workshop? Are you opening up premises? Do you really need to start stepping up awareness? Perhaps people aren't as aware of your business as you thought they might be. Have you designed a new website and you need to drive activity, people to your website and potentially start to build up your email database? Whatever your goals are, I would suggest that you have around about 2 or 3 of them and explore how social media and the posts and your content is going to help you achieve them. That leads me on to my 4th tip, which is to make a plan. So all this reviewing that you're doing, all this measuring of success, all of this goal setting is great, but you need to put it into action. And in order to put it into action, you need to have a plan that will keep you on track. So I usually use kind of like one of these sort of like calendar type of things that you can just pick up from a local stationery shop or online or something. And it helps me. You can use Excel if you want to, or even just a piece of paper. That always helps me to be able to segment as you well know if you've watched a lot of my videos, helps me to segment that quarterly section, that quarterly block, down into monthly blocks, which are then broken down into weekly blocks, which are then further broken down into daily blocks. And having my business goals, having my my goals for marketing in front of mind or written down on my piece of paper, I'm therefore able to sort of start setting themes for my months. So I'll know what I want to talk about during each month, and then I'll start to brainstorm content for each particular month to help me achieve fulfillment of that theme, which ultimately is connected to my business goals, etc. But I always find that having a plan, having that sort of like calendar basis, helps me to actually structure and see what type of content, how much content I need to produce. Now, if you've already got open days or events you're attending or networking things or client sessions or workshops, whatever it is, you will already have activity going on in your business diary. So I always populate my social media calendar with those things, because invariably there will be a story that I can pick out of each interaction that I have. So that will help create content for me. And so if I've got that foundation laid down already, I'm thinking, well, actually for one given month I've only got, say, 30% worth of posts to produce. So I therefore start my general brainstorming session and start to fill in those gaps. I constantly read articles. I'm obviously having conversations within my networking groups, within my Facebook group, with my clients. So that often spurs and inspires me in terms of content as well. So that invariably will be stuff that I'm throwing out of my brain and having that brain dump, as I always call it, that will help me formulate content. But ultimately, you need a plan and you need a structure to physically see how much content you actually need to produce. When I do that, it often lowers my anxiety levels in terms of thinking, gosh, I've got so much content to produce, when actually I've laid it all down. I don't actually have that much more to produce. And actually that relief of pressure will help you to think clearly and creatively. As you can tell, I get very passionate about making plans, which leads me on to my fifth and final point, which is don't be afraid to ask for help, right? So many of you will belong to networking groups. I know many of you will be in my own Facebook group. So don't struggle through having to create ideas constantly for your social media posts or your social media planning. Use those networking opportunities that you have, especially if you feel as though they're a trusted network and a safe space to do so. Pop out some questions in terms of maybe content you're thinking of producing but want to get feedback, honest, constructive feedback. Use those types of forums in order to, as I say, get inspired and get constructive ideas back in terms of whether or not you should be going down that particular road with your content. If you're looking for more help, more structured help, then there are two ways that I can help you. The first would be my content calendar. So I know a number of you have used this previously. I will give you 30 days, or I will create 30 days worth of bespoke social media content ideas specifically for your business. Not only will I do that, but I'll also guide you as to which social media channels to put each specific content idea on, and also which feature within that given social media channel to use in order to really rinse and squeeze out the value from that one idea. So you'll have 30 of them in total from me as part of my content calendar service. And the second thing is, maybe it is time, for you to have a one-to-one with me. Have you been thinking about it over the last, few months, since the start of the year? Has it been on your to-do list, sort of like flashing there at you? Now may well be the time for you to go, right, I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to have a session with Rubes, and I'm going to get my act together when it comes to my social media marketing. Either way, you've got three options there. You've got the networking forums, including my Facebook group, or you've got the content calendar service that I offer, or you've got the one-to-one service as well. But And either way, anyway, please don't struggle. Please ask for help. So that is it. Quick recap on 5 ways to reboot your social media marketing. Number 1 is to review. Very important. Don't even think about any social media content before you review. Secondly is to measure success. Thirdly is to set smart goals. Fourthly, get a plan. You've got to get a plan so you can start to take action. And fifth and final tip is to ask for help. So that is it. Those are my 5 ways in order to help you to reboot your social media marketing. If you've liked what you've seen, please do like, please do share, and please do leave me a comment. I love reading your comments. But for now, I shall leave you to it. Take care. See you later.